Ready?
At exactly 8:30.
Oh, I already started it.
Shut up.
We're recording
Yep,
right
ready.
now.
And we're live.
You're
in a
live
game
in 3,
production
2,
where there's
1.
just two best friends making games for a living. Not really money
Help
or
us.
recording. We're not begging. We just really need to eat. No, I'm just kidding. I had steak for dinner, so I'm just joking.
Wow.
Oh, did you not? Sorry, buddy. I'll make a steak when I come out there.
What?
I'll make a steak. So, damn it, never mind. I can't tell you. Oh, so I got a new phone, and it's like totally smarter than my old phone, so it's kind of cool.
Oh, nice. A smarter phone. I've heard about those.
Yeah, I can actually check out freaking Blades on my phone.
Nice.
I was
Pretty
so
fun
mad
game.
when you're like, you haven't got it yet? Oh, yeah. I'm like, oh, you...
Played it for like 3 days, and then I haven't touched it since.
Right. I played it like twice. And oh, that's cool.
I'm just waiting for the arena. That's what I want.
Yeah. I'm just like, it's because you know what it is. Like I said last week, you feel guilty. Mm-hmm. So then I'm like, okay, so if I could sit here and play this game for hours, then what the fuck? Even though, do you know? So lately, are we recording live?
Right yeah, now? We're recording.
Hi, this is Johnny. I am the game designer, currently game designer, art director, artist, level designer. What else do we do on this thing? I take notes. What is that called? Game design, game document.
Yeah, it's a part of the game.
Yeah, pretty much everything. I pretty much do everything
except the programming, which is what I do.
Yeah, so yeah, he just has so much free time.
Yeah, which is like 90% of the work, anyways.
Yeah. Well, actually, so I have this great motto. So I thought of this when we were in college, and this is why I still want to be a programmer. Like, I at least want to be a good enough programmer, like to do all the level design, like program whatever. Anyways, this is like a motto. Like, I want to, like, this would be a perfect shirt idea for us. I want it to be like, programmers, basically you make the art come alive. Like, without a programmer, it's just art. Like, it's just like, oh, that's cool. Does it do anything? No. It's like a puppy. You go to buy a puppy. You're like, oh, well, that's really such a cute puppy. It's sleeping right. Does it do anything else other than sleep, or is that it's there? Or can you show me a trick? Like, so it's like, oh, you did some sweet art. Oh, look at those background. Oh my god, can we make it like? Can you make the clouds move? And we want to see some rain. And no, it's art. Oh, so that's all you did, huh? That's cool. That's respectable. No,
well, on the other hand, without an artist, it won't look pretty.
No, and that's the thing. I was just trying to give Cody more credit so he felt better.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Thanks.
Yeah. No, because honestly, like the truth is like it's such a linked thing. Like, it really is. Like, you have to have each other. There is no, we do more. It's a collaborative.
Yeah.
Everyone does a shit ton of work.
That is true.
And in this case, like I said, I'm doing all this other stuff because it gets to a point where you're like, I just want to make my own shit. I want to make games. Like, so someone's got to step up and do something. Cody, I both can't be the programmers. Well, I mean, we could.
We've tried that. The art doesn't get done.
Art never gets done. It's so true. So true. So yeah, it's Cody and Johnny here again with Lazy Goblins, another dev podcast.
This our third?
This our third?
I think so.
Well, do you count the mini one that we just did?
No, I labeled that as a mini cast.
Mini cast.
I didn't know what
that's the one where you only need like a short rest and you get your spell back.
Yeah.
For like D&D.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there is one thing about our game. I got the player moving. It's like, oh sweet, got that going. Started working on the grapple hook. come to find out, I need to redo how the player moves. So I gotta redo the player movement now.
Can you show us a little bit of that? Or?
There's nothing really to show.
Wow.
It's basically with the I use the character controller to move this player, but it's with the character controller, like, you can't really move with anything else because it has the character controller component on it. So if you try to like move with like transform translate or something like that, it's not going to work. So if I tried to use transform translate to move the player from their position up to the grapple position, it's not going to work because in the update function, it's always there's a character controller.move function, and it takes in a direction, which is a vector 3, which is basically just 3 numbers. So it takes that in, and it's constantly checking that. So if the move direction isn't updating, then neither is then the character's not moving at all. It's just staying still. Which I could try to go and, adjust the move direction with like where the grapple hook is at and all that stuff. But there's also are some other problems with the character. Like if they jump and they hit like their head on a platform, they stay there for a little bit and then they fall down. It's not like, oh, I'm falling. Oh, I hit my head and let me come back down. So I'm just going to try to use a rigid body for the character movement now instead of the character controller. And hopefully it will be a lot better and a lot more responsive and a lot easier to work with.
That sounds awesome, man.
Yeah. But the hard thing about that is, like you work on something and you're like, oh, I don't want to erase all of it.
Right. But how can I still make this work?
Yeah, but basically, sometimes it's better just to start from scratch and then work your way up.
So, sorry, I had to take a drink.
Oh, you're good.
So, and that's one thing I think we were actually just talking before we did this podcast, and we were saying, I think one thing that we want to do is next week, because so the whole purpose of this podcast, or I guess you call it a podcast, what a UCast, whatever, I don't know. I'm not hip and cool. But what we're gonna do is, it's all about getting in the industry and the challenges and the hurdles and like how to succeed and how to kind of things like maybe not tips and tricks, but like things maybe to try to do.
Yeah.
So, we're going to talk about that, but it's also about showing you how things work and how to make a game. And I mean, if we don't show you that we kind of know a little bit of how to do this stuff, and then, it's going to be hard. Like, what kind of questions can you ask us? Mm-hmm. So we're going to try to mix it up. And like next week, we're going to build the level 1 together for the UCast we do. So we're actually going to build out the first level, and maybe we'll talk more on getting that live. So if people have questions in the chat while we're doing it, that would be a good idea,
that would be cool to do live.
Yeah, so we'll figure out how to do that. And so we're gonna try to do that so that way people can kind of see the process of me bringing in objects, setting up like an animation to make something work, and then Cody will be like programming like the character, making sure the character is working, and then you'll show us, because we use Unity collaboration on it. So you'll see us like he'll upload his stuff, I'll upload my stuff, and all that stuff, and so we'll kind of just do that.
So I think when we do that, I think we should I'll have it. You share your screen, and then I'll have it focused on that, and then once I actually have something kind of working, then we could switch back, or I'll just upload it and you can show everybody. But I think it would be more interesting to watch what you're doing than what I'm doing.
Right. But like that's the thing too, is we might have people that code, So,
Yeah.
maybe someone wants to watch how you code it, or at least see it. Like, I think we should at least go over code
Yeah.
and like what it's doing and stuff. And I think, aren't we going to have it? Like, don't we have access? No, we don't have it. It's not available online, right?
What?
Our code?
No.
No.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Just
But yeah. Right. So yeah, we're gonna try to do that next week just to kind of get some stuff in there. Um, give you guys something to kind of watch us work, a little bit, and then just keep at the same time we'll keep talking and keep doing other things. So we'll probably spend about 45 minutes, maybe the full hour, maybe a little over on that, and then we'll get into like the next steps.
Yeah.
Or more talking about stuff. So one thing I want to try to do. So I thought this could be fun. So I want to try, and it's like I need your help, and our how many fans do we have now on YouTube? I don't know. I don't know how many we have on our
62
Twitter.
or so.
62.
Twitter's
Do we
like
have a Twitter?
545 or something.
Okay, so yeah, we need like our Twitter fans. I think in 6 months, I want to actually, depending on where we are, apply for a game job. And I'm just I'll do it live. I'll get the resume going, put all my stuff, like see how it goes, like, kind of things I'm working on.
Yeah, we got 62 subscribers.
Yeah. But like what I'm gonna put on my resume, or like how I make the resume look, maybe how I do either like the cover letter or whatever I decide to do for that. And maybe show some art or link my product, my portfolio and all that stuff. So maybe in like 6 months to maybe 6 to 8 months,
that could be cool.
do it live. And
I mean, unless we're already raking in the dough, then there's no point.
Cody, if I get a job at Nintendo, Bethesda, Ubisoft, any other indie company, I'm pretty much leaving later.
Wow.
If one of our fans on here has an indie company and they're looking for people, I might.
Wow. You guys see who the devoted one is now.
I just want to make games, man. Get them out there. That's what matters. It doesn't really. That comes with what we're doing, and I think that's kind of what leads me into the conversation too of some of the stuff we're going to talk about. And we're both talking about different things. One of the things I found is it's important to find out, like we talked about a little bit, I think last week, about like the idea, like, figuring out what it is you want and what you like about games, and like writing down your thoughts and ideas for a game. But this week it's going to be a little bit of like finding out what you want exactly in the game industry, what it is you're trying to accomplish, what you want.
Whether that's, you doing your own thing, you trying to get a job, whatever it is.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever it is.
Pretty much as soon as you release a game, you're basically in the industry. You've done
what?
Yeah, you've done everything from A to B, from start to finish on working on a game and releasing it.
That's true.
So you're pretty much already in the industry.
You pretty much made it.
You pretty much made
Once
it.
you get that first, just tell everyone in your family. Pretty much a big deal now.
But it depends on like what your goal is. Like if your goal is to work at a big AAA company, then try focusing on that. And when it comes to a big AAA company, they more so look at specialization. So
yes, yeah. One of the things I heard, I think, someone was it someone? I think it was someone. I don't remember who I heard it from, honestly, to be completely honest. And I feel bad. I'd like to give him a shout out, but it was either like some kind of. I think it was not Ben. Maybe it was Rick. Yeah, I think it was Rick. He's got a course on Udemy. Maybe we could post that, just because they have some good advice too.
Yeah.
But he said, people hire you because they want to know that when you sit down, they're paying you to do a thing, right? So it's all about that thing that you can do. So if you put like, I'm excellent at whatever it is, I'm the best coffee getter, Like you need to be able to get you need to never mess up a coffee order. So basically the same thing. If you're like, oh, I'm a level designer, you need to be able to sit down and just do a level in Unity, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Artist, same concept. If you're a programmer, it gets a little bit trickier because there's so many different ways to write code. Like there's no real. I don't know. Cody and I don't
Yeah.
think there's a wrong way
God, I
because I
hate
think
it.
that's because there's so many people that can do you can do anything differently,
I
But
don't think
so
there's a wrong way. I think there are, like, when a programmer joins a team or something like that, I think that they should, like, sit down and go over kind of what their standards are and what the way that they do it is. Because if they just throw somebody in there, then, that person's more than likely going to do it the way they're used to. So if
right.
they don't know about, like, the naming conventions for variables or all this other stuff, then, I mean, how are they supposed to be, kind of keeping up with it?
Yeah, and I think that's the thing is like the companies look at like, well, how does your code look? Is it clean? Is it understandable? Does it work? Do we have any error? So when you get hired to do that, I mean, obviously they do a programming test, which Cody can talk also a little bit about later on because he's taken a couple before. But like they give you these tests and to see how you solve these problems.
Yeah.
Um, and don't they give you a deadline? Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like a couple hours. Sometimes it's like a full day. It just varies.
The programming tests I hate taking are written or, like, something along that lines.
Oh, you have to like actually write out the code.
No, like, this one time I had a programming test where they gave me written questions and I had to type in an answer. And I don't know, it was just weird because, like, when I go to, like, approach something, it's more so in the context of what I'm working with and what I'm working in. So this one
Mhm.
company actually, their test was making a game, like basically making a mini game, and I like that way a whole lot better than like the other ways.
Yeah, that's a really good way because it shows how your approach is, like the logic you're thinking or what you're thinking to get to the solution.
Yeah,
Whereas writing, and that's the thing, I'm sure like every test that you ever take, I love when people always tell you, don't try to go too far. That's how it is on every test. Like we always embellish, we always add more because you're like, I don't know exactly what you're looking for, but I think these 50 words I put down is pretty close. Something's got to hit, right?
yeah,
So I'm just gonna spit out everything that I know about that one topic.
yeah. I think the most important thing for a programmer to focus on, like, whether it be, like, how you write your code and all this other stuff. How do I phrase it? I think the most important thing to focus on is um writing clean code. Because,
Yeah.
like, of course, like we're talking about, there's multiple ways to do one thing. Try to find the best way to do it. That's good to do, but first and foremost, you want your code to be clean. Like, you want it to be easy, somebody to just jump in and read it basically like a book and know what's going on and know where to find stuff too. Because that, like, you could be the greatest developer in the world, greatest programmer in the world, but have code that's totally completely a mess. And once you're done with that code, pretty much it's going to have other people coming in are going to have a really hard time working with it. Or, like,
Mhm.
if you need to hire somebody else to work on it, they're not going to know what the hell is going on. But if you're a decent programmer, but your code is really clean, then even if you're having trouble with, writing your code and getting stuff to work, other people can jump in and help you fairly easy if, it's they can read your code well. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I get what you're saying
Yeah.
because like it has to because just like anything, it's a team. Like, so you're going to be working with other people. And like a big thing is like, that's even the thing, they talked about in our school is like, there's a pipeline, right? And so you might be in charge of like, okay, you the code for this aspect, like just this level. We want you to only to focus on all the coding all the enemies for that level. There's 5 different characters, and you need to code all that. That might be what you do, where it's the same for everyone else. Like, so like if you're an artist, like if you're a character artist, it might be like, okay, you're going to work on 5 of these figures, just the gesture for, or maybe just one character, and you do all the animations for it, like the poses, and then it goes down to somebody else, and then they work on from those poses, they do the animations. Like there's so many different people, like different people messing around, in it. It's because everyone's working together.
Yeah.
So you can't just assume that, oh, I'll be the only one looking at this, because that's not how it's going to work.
Yeah. And plus, it helps with future you. You're doing yourself a favor.
Right. That's true.
So I try to make it a goal that after I get something working, I go back and clean it up, just to be sure. And if not, I set some time aside where I just go through all the scripts that I have and just go through them and see if there's anywhere that needs cleaning, or, like we talked about, you could do it a better way, stuff like that.
Right.
But I think clean code is the main thing you should focus on. Like,
yeah, one of the things that I've heard before was basically it needs to read. Like you need to be able to read it. Like,
yeah,
it makes sense from that block. Like it can't be like, what's going on? It needs to just make sense.
read it and keep things confined to what they do. So if your method is called, I don't know, jump, don't have it do anything else but the jump stuff. Because when you're like going to like try to say you put the, maybe like the, I don't know if this is a good example, but say you have the move, like, movement method, right? That has all the move stuff, but inside there you also have some stuff that incorporates with the jump, but it's just thrown in there. So if something's wrong with the jump now, you kind of don't really know where to look. But if you had it in like its own methods and named specifically to what that method does, then you could narrow down where the problem's at fairly easily. And right now,
That's cool.
I also don't care about how long my variable names or method names are, because you have autocomplete anyways. So it's not like it's going to be a hassle to type all the time. So like if I can't get it, like I try to get it as descriptive as I can. So if it ends up being like 3 or 4 words, I'm fine with it. If anybody or me can jump in there and read it and know what it does, and the job's done.
Yeah, and that's why I think becoming a programmer or coder, whatever you like to call it, it takes lots of practice and lots of time. Like it's not. Whereas I feel like so does art and everything else, but I feel with art you have so much more creative freedom. You can do things organically or however you might want to do it, and just be open to whatever you feel. And depending on how people interpret that art, is the results you'll get. So if they, like I said before, like if they're looking, a cave that is all steampunk, and you were just drawing something, and it came to you, and you have pipes everywhere, and steam's coming up, and they see like cool gears and gadgets and all this cool stuff, and to you, you're like, oh, I don't even do this. I have this cool idea, you know what I mean? That's what, and all of a sudden they see it, and they're like, oh my gosh, that's what we're. So it's a lot more broad on what they're kind of looking for. It's a bigger scope. And so the biggest thing I can think of with art is, you have to be clean. It has to look good. You can't have like, lots of lines in there. Like, if you're going to go through and draw it out like on pencil first, it has to be so light, so that way it doesn't look like there's just a mess. You have to keep it clean. and organized. So you have more. I think you have more freedom when it comes to art because it's such an interpretation of how you might look. Just like we were talking about on our mini cast was we were Game Jam and how it was 3D art, and we thought, no, everyone's gonna laugh because the art was all one material. Like the hill was green, like that's the material. I think we had a little bit of time after, and I think we tried to go in and like put some brown here and there to make it look like, okay, this is the top of the mountain. It's a little dirty up here. The dirt's coming through or whatever. But like to show it was one. But everything else was like, okay, this is the grass. Like this is a tree. It's super simple, and people loved it. And they're like, that was like the highest rating we got was, and like how like, oh it's super, oh that's cool. I can't believe you guys did that. Love the art style, awesome. And you're like, what? So you really never know, it's gonna turn out. So you just kind of go with what you got. But I say with art, if you're gonna do, it's pretty much with anything. I think if you're gonna you got to put the time in. So I feel like almost anything, art, programming, you have to put at least an hour in a day. At least I would say minimum. Like I mean, sometimes you have a hard day. You can only get 30 minutes in. Okay, sure, but like that should be such a rare thing because like you need to get something out of it. So you need to put an hour into a project, either art, animations, whatever it is, rigging, because your goal is to become almost like a master of that skill. Because like we were saying, companies want like you to sit down for this thing. And that makes sense, right? Because if you're thinking about it, you're applying for a job and the job says, we need a level designer, we need an animator, we need a rigger. You're not going to go in there and be like, oh, yeah, I'm applying for the rigging. I just wanted to show you guys all my 3D art. And I'm like, what? I mean, sure, they'll probably look and be like, oh, that's cool. Thanks. That's really awesome. All right, cool. We'll be in touch. And they're going to walk out and they're going to be like, what is that? We said it's a rigger. We need a person that can rig these animations. Like, what? So, that's exactly what it is. They put the job description and what they're looking for on the paper for you. So if you say, I've always wanted to be a character artist, or I've always wanted, you look at the paper and see what they're asking, what the requirements are, and try to work on those and better your skills in those areas.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's just pretty much how, how I think, that's just going to help better your chances. And that's the thing. And that's why we've talked about, like, you got to focus on one thing. Like, if you want to be an artist, you got to put in that time. If you want to be a programmer, you got to put in that time. My biggest problem with programming is I'd put in like a good week and I'd take 3 days off. And I'd put in like 4 days and then I'd take 2 days off and then come back. So that's the thing. Just like working out, anything else in life, like, you can't just do that. Like, especially working, like, I'm sure people have heard about that, right? Where you work out, like, because you can't, if you just start for a week and then you stop for a week, it's like you're starting over every time. Same with everything else. You might remember stuff and you could do it a little faster, but a lot of it's going to leave. You're going to be like, oh crap, okay, so how did I do that thing? How did I do that thing that last time? So it's just better to try to give yourself, I would say, minimum an hour. And and that's why it's important to write down what it is you want, so you know that this is my passion, this is what I want. Like, I just came up with mine today. I haven't written it down yet, but I jotted it down in my brain to write it down because I know what I want to do now. So,
and what does help as well is even though you're just like an artist or a rigger or an animator or something, try to work on a game project. Like, just reach out to somebody and be like, hey, I'm looking to work on art and everything, but that's all I want to do. Is anybody wanting to collaborate on making a game? Because if they see that your stuff actually in an engine and working and looking good, then they're more inclined to invite you for an interview.
Exactly. Like, and that's huge. Like, we're actively looking for a 3D artist right now. 2D
or 2D.
2D artist. 2D, yeah. 2D or 3D.
2D would be preferred.
Yeah. So if you're like, I just want to get my work out there, yeah, please let us know. We would love to help you help yourself. And that's the thing. It is actually really about getting your artwork out there, because I don't know. There's quite a few times that I walking around GDC and people interviewing or talking about their work and stuff, and the first things people ask you is, "Oh, you made all this by yourself?" So if you go, "Oh, well, no, I did," and it's okay. There's, I mean, I don't know about everybody else, but I'm okay with a little white lie, right? Like everyone, there's always a little white lie. Like, no, I'm running late to work because traffic. There's like no accidents. Be like, it's like 10
I've stopped to
cars. Like
get
I didn't even know
Taco
there could
Bell.
be. Yeah, yeah. You walk in with your Starbucks. Oh yeah, well, there's one right there, and I thought, they're handing them out on the free because we're already stopped. Like they had a person, so I just got my Starbucks. No, I got there. I left at 6, and I got it to work at 10. I don't know, it's so weird. But yeah, so so like little things like that, I'm saying. But if you tell a professional, like if you're walking around, you're showing your work on a tablet or your phone or however you're showing it, right? It's some designer, producers, CEO, whatever, sees it and they're like, "Oh, that's really cool. Did you make all that yourself?" And you go, "Yes." And like the assets, like they go on the Unity asset store, and it's the first pack is the one that you're using for yours. So just tell the truth. So you'd have to be honest, like, well, I did this section, or I did this part, or you know. So that's why it's better to get your work out there. So you could say, "Yes, I did all that art. Yes, I programmed that entire level, or I designed it, or."
Yeah.
So it helps you.
But also, like, because there's a lot of people that it's one thing to make something look cool and, like, Maya or Blender or something, and just make it look amazing, but it's another thing to get it actually engine ready and get it
Yes, that is
in the
true.
engine and looking good.
And working.
And well, yeah, and working. So if they see your stuff in an actual game, then they already know that you could work around, kind of the limitations and, work with how they do and set up the art for their to go inside of their engine if it's like a AAA studio. Or if they're
Right, and not
using
only that,
Unity and you already put it in Unity, then you already prove that you can, put your stuff in Unity and have it already work and be good to go.
right, and what is this company? They're not this company, but what is this job? This job is all about teamwork and working in teams, small, big, medium, whatever, right? So they need to see that not only did you do the art in Blender, Maya, or Auto, whatever, 3ds Max, but you worked with somebody else to make a game, and so you made it work in an engine. So now they know. Not only do they know, the engine, you know how to make a game, you know how to work in a team, you know how to meet deadlines and actually release something.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be number one or in the top 50 on the store. Like that's not. I mean, that would be awesome, for you. Of course, you're more excited, but like just to show that, yeah, and to tell someone, to be at a position where you're like, hey, yeah, I really want to work at the game industry. Oh, cool. Well, have you ever released anything? Yeah. What kind of phone do you have? Oh, I have an iPhone, or I have an Android. Oh, if you go to the Apple Store right now, or the Android store, type in blah blah blah. That's my game. Yeah, I worked with this Lazy Goblins. They were hiring for a 2D artist, and yeah, they picked me, and I did every single drop of art because those guys don't know how to draw at all.
Like, really, they're bad. I could show you some of their stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Don't that game that's underneath. Yeah, don't look at that one. I didn't do any of that art. So and like, yeah, it's really important because it really helps you just kind of show that you can work in a team, that you can actually release a title, and that now your work's right here in front of me.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing I think I heard. Is I never had this happen before. I was talking to someone. I was like, yeah, what I try to do on the side is I just focus. I try to make games. That's what I try to do. And they're like, oh, cool. Yeah, anything I could see. And I was just like, oh, crap. I was like, well, kind of. So it's such a thing. It's like, I mean, that's what we are, right? So we're in this industry where it's like either I could go to your website, I have a phone, or can I see something? Or hey, did you guys do a YouTube video? Or there's something out there.
Mhm.
So just to have that kind of access, if you're walking and you're in a game convention of some kind, or you're talking to someone, they're like, oh yeah, actually we've been looking for like a 2D artist, 3D artist, rigger, whatever, programmer. Like, oh, actually, yeah, I do stuff. Oh, really? Do you have anything I can see? Like, that's your moment right there. Like, that second is like you have to be like, yes, go to this website or go to this. Or
Yeah.
actually, if you were on, there's a thing on YouTube, like, because you can show them right there in that second. If you go, well, I don't have anything on me, or not really a way to access. Can I get your card and like email you something like that? It's not that you lost that moment, but there was an opportunity right there that you had to make that connection, and
Yeah.
had a great chance of possibly just
And
something.
I think that's something good to touch up on is like people are like, "Oh, you're so lucky," like, "Oh, you met this person that got you this job. You're so lucky." But in reality, that person that is supposedly lucky, they've been working on their stuff constantly. They've been posting it, putting it out there, and when they actually ran into somebody that, could help them or was looking for somebody, they had their stuff that they've been working hard on and putting out there to show them right there on the spot.
Yes.
Cuz it's hardly ever that, you're just lucky to get the job. It's a bunch of hard work and everything that helps you create those lucky opportunities.
That's actually great. Yeah. Cody's 100% right. You got to create opportunities. So,
Cuz
and so, I mean,
I would
and
think
that's,
the only
that's why it's
lucky part
important.
would
So,
be, running into the person that needs somebody like the person. It's
right.
the rest of it is that person worked hard, had their stuff on there. So the lucky part, running into somebody, but that's about it. The rest was they worked hard to create the opportunity for when that lucky meeting happened.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say, like, yeah, that's what it's all about. Like, luck. I mean, you have to develop something. You have to develop your skill somehow, some way. So, I mean, lucky would be the fact that you're ready to present, you're ready to show, you're always kind of like on there. So, you definitely have to just be prepared. So,
Yeah. That's,
and that's the thing. You got to think, if you say, oh yeah, I'm a this or a that, they're gonna be like, oh cool, let me see what you got, or oh, can I see? You never know.
hmm
So, I was someone I was listening to some people talk some games, big game studio. I can't remember exactly right now, but they were saying, actually one of the ways I got in at the company was, I was at the convention, and all this stuff's going on, and I went to the bar there to get a drink afterwards, just to kind of relax, long day. So I'm getting a drink, and who walks in but the CEO or the head designer or whatever? I think it was a good sized indie studio, and like, and I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I was like, hey. So I started talking to the person. I was like, hey, how's it going? Oh, hey, what's going on? And then I gave them, like, we started talking about the game. I was like, oh, I'm a huge fan. I love the game. And then they were like, oh, that's cool. And like, you're like, yeah, actually, I had some ideas for it. Oh, what's your idea? Next thing you know, you're starting a conversation, and that person ended up getting a job working for him because they're like, those ideas are great. They ended up calling them the next day, like, hey, I really liked your ideas. Do you want to come work for us?
hmm
So it happens. But that's because that person was prepared and ready
Yeah.
to be like, I'm just gonna, you know, I'm gonna take my shot.
Yeah.
So it's all about.
That's what it's all
So
about.
that's why it's important to write down what it is and what you plan on accomplishing and what your goal. Maybe write down, like, I want to be this, but my goal, I want to be this thing. Like, I want to be, the head of this, or I want to be the main game designer, level designer, the head. But you got to, okay, but what are my steps to okay, well, let me focus on this aspect. So I want to be the head designer. So in order to be a designer, you go online to find out what you need. But it's like they need, you need level design, you need artists, you need to have some kind of art, a little bit of art in your background. So maybe start working on that stuff, like steps to become that person. So, okay, first step is this, next step's this. So, and that just helps you kind of get on a path and a direction. So, it's kind of what we're talking about. And that's why I have, speaking, writing it down. I don't know, are we sharing screens? I got to share my screen with you, don't I?
Oh yeah,
That's how it works.
I'll put it up.
See here, where are we at? We're talking over here.
But yeah, we'll put a link for Rick's course on his career stuff.
Oh yeah, that's super helpful. Talks about all kinds of great information. So this is kind of writing it down. So we start talking. Cody and I both worked on this, and we start saying, okay, what is it we want? And like we want main gameplay feature. We don't want a lot of stuff because the more stuff you have, the bigger your scope of your game's getting. Yeah. And like we said, there's only 2 of us, and like, well, yes, like we could. I mean, this game's probably going to take longer than a few months, like we were hoping, or I was hoping. But the important thing is we have a reachable scope and a reachable goal, something that's not so out of scope that it's going to take us 2-3 years. So, because what you do, I think, in my opinion, if you do that and you have to put so much into it that you could possibly miss a different opportunity, or I mean, there now, and I'm not trying to say anything bad about people like Stardew Valley. That person worked on that game for what, 3 years, 5 years. It's amazing. Go for it. You have that ambition, you have that desire, that idea. Go for it.
Definitely not recommended, but
yeah, and that's the thing. It's all about having like we just said, write it down. So what's your main goal? Well, my main goal is to make this game. I have this idea, this great, amazing idea. And it's not about, like we talked about before, it's not about getting money for that game. It's about the fact I just want people to play this thing because I think this thing could be amazing. Yeah. So, okay, how are you going to get there though? If you're starting from 0, you can't jump to 100. You could definitely work on it, but it's just a good idea to kind of slowly, okay, well, let me make a game similar to that has some of those mechanics, and I'll make that 4 to 6 months.
Yeah, you could even take just like one mechanic from your big idea game, work on it. That way you get a feel for it and how it should work and everything, and then release it, see how it is,
Yeah, exactly. Test it, see how it is, and then you could be like, oh, that sucks. Or you could be like, that is actually really cool alone just with that. I could probably get rid of that. Or, I accidentally stumbled across this mechanic. I didn't think this one would work very well, but this is really cool. So you start with that, and then you work up to maybe, okay, let's see how this part of this will work. And now it's like you've made 2 projects that kind of come together to make your big project, but now you're more prepared to jump into that.
Yeah.
So, but that's like why we wrote this down, and we kept telling each other, no, not a lot. No, not a lot. Like, no, we're not going to have that. No, we're not going to have power-ups. No, we're not going to, because that would be cool, but no. So, and then we came up with simple levels, like what to have in the levels, how many we're going to have. And I, in my head, I knew I only wanted 4 levels because I knew that I was going to be doing the art stuff for it. So I don't want too much so I get overwhelmed and I can't get it done in a timely manner and hit the deadlines that we have in my personal deadlines that I have. So, write out a description of what each one should have, or like what you think they will have or how they want, because it gives you a direction. One of the things I learned in art school was I was horrible with just imagination. Like, I have imagination, but someone said to me, all right, I want you to go and I want you to make a fantasy tree that has like some kind of elf or dwarf or fairy, whatever you want to have in there, a lizard man living in that tree. I would be like, I could see it, but I don't know how to get there because I need to visually see it. Like, I need to see that tree with a lizard man living in it, and I'd be like, got it. That's exactly what I was thinking too. But so I write down kind of what I was thinking, give myself a direction and a path of where I want to go, and then you block it out. So this is a level block out that I did for the first level. I was thinking, can I turn it? Can turn it. Cool. I don't think I wanted to show you guys on here. Actually, I already have it all set up. Same thing. So yeah, so I did a level block out. Wrote out, okay, so this is, this will be a huge gap. You'll have to use the hook. You'll have to actually ride down this thing and then grab something. Start here, jump here, lava flowing here. Here's the pot that I was talking about, the smelting pot. It's gonna be a hazard. I actually looked up animals, like creatures that like live near volcanoes, which these are the smiling spider and this I can't read my own handwriting, something rat. But yeah, these guys live like right next to volcanoes, and I was like, that would be perfect because now we have some kind of monsters. We want to have them, the different kind of platforms, so it'd be easy to jump, just stuff like that. And then I gave them more detailed, like, okay, so here it is. Now I draw it out. Now you can see some platforms. You have to do this, and then I did level 2, and so it's just kind of like gives me a visual idea of like how it's going to work. So you're this one's the spaceship, so you actually have a turbo lift, so you come down, so you have to get up here in order to unlock this door. So I just kind of started trying to write it, and then I put some assets down here real quick. I freehand. I was like, okay, oh, that'd be cool. Ooh, I want some pipes, maybe some steam, and the same thing. I just kind of just drew it out what I was thinking in my head at the time, so I have a base idea of where to go. And as you can see, like these are small little sketches of something I just did. And I mean, that also goes with my scope. I don't want huge, monstrous levels. I want something that's manageable and something I can handle. I think the two hardest levels are going to be these first two. And these will be the most intense levels. And I think these ones won't be as bad, which is kind of interesting but anyway. So yeah, and then just write down things like, okay, so I have the Aztecs. I want some traps and puzzles because that kind of goes with the Aztecs. In my mind, they creative. They had cool things like the way they designed things. Um, you know, very puzzly to me. So that's kind of you have to solve a puzzle in order to help yourself get out. So just write down things like that, and then now I'm pretty much ready to go. So as soon as I get on that level 3, I don't have to really think about like should I block this out? I kind of have an idea.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we've been doing, stuff like that. So it's important to write it down. I'm telling you. So here still, I know some of you guys saw less on our mini. I didn't finish set these materials yet. That's why it's this week. That's why we want to get that level design going soon. So yeah.
Hopefully, I could redo the player and get that up and running.
Oh yeah, he's so busy doing all this other cool stuff. So Cody, okay, since we're talking about dreams and goals, what is yours?
We already said it. It's pretty much the same thing, being able to take care of the family and
no, I know,
do
but
what we
like
love.
I'm talking like not I know that. I'm talking about like, do you want to work for yourself? Just for us? Do you want to work at a studio? Do you want to be a lead programmer? Do you want to be not? Do you not want to program anymore? And you want to hire people to do it? Then you feel like you're doing it wrong. Back in my day,
Back in my day, 5 minutes ago, before I hired you.
right, exactly.
I think my ideal dream would be that we can just work for ourselves with Lazy Goblins and just do that, and not have to worry about trying to find the next contract or whatever. But to be able to make our own games, make our own stuff, we work for us and what we want to do, and don't have people above us like
Yeah,
because it's a lot less stressful when that's the case.
definitely.
But yeah, I think that's my dream, is like we get a decent sized team. It doesn't have to be too big, but like a decent sized team where we could all work together, and like we don't have to work on huge games, but good sized games that people enjoy, and we could make a living off of it.
Yeah. And I think for me, like that's what I've really been focusing on, and like I really just want to be the company. I want our company to grow enough where we can have a decent amount of people on a team.
Yeah.
I don't know what decent. Let me think. I don't know. maybe I think 20 people would be pretty cool. 2020. It's a
20 would
lot of
be pretty
people,
cool. I think,
but I think that we could do cool projects.
yeah, I think I'd be fine with like 5 or 10.
Oh, I'm talking like the big goal, like the big dream.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
if we could get 2 right now, it'd be awesome.
If we could get one.
If we could just get one, maybe 1.5, that'd be great. No, and I think for me, like, just leading the studio into something bigger, and like that'd be the nice thing is I'd want to keep it in house, like not just us, because not like just us in the sense of not no higher ups, like you're saying, to be like, oh well, we have deadlines and we make this, and the
Yeah. So
stock
we make our
shareholders,
own deadlines. So if like somebody gets sick or something and we need something from them, and they say, "Oh, I'm really sick, I've been in the hospital," or something like that, or they're like, "Oh, I have this family thing coming up." Then we could be like, "Okay, well, we'll just adjust the deadline until you get back. No biggie."
right? And see, and that's the thing is I'd like us to be viable enough to where we can do other projects and takes risk. And that's the thing is like one of the things that I've heard big studios say is like there's so many things they've taken on. Like there's so many projects, and not every project succeeds. Like
Yeah.
but a lot of them do, and they rely on their main titles, to keep them going.
Yeah.
But it also hurts them because a lot of the people on the team would love to take a risk or try something or do something, but
And
it's like,
I think that'd be cool too. Like, like if we get, probably like us and 2 other people, we could like do stuff like that where like if we like we have a main project and then we have one on the side that's like, you know what, I don't know if this would be, good or viable, but it'd be really cool and fun to work on.
yeah, exactly. I'd be like, okay, well, let's see what's the timeline. Let's see what is going on. And that, I mean, I don't know. I haven't told. I think I told you this story, but I don't think I told our amazing viewers this yet. So I heard that Fallout was actually discovered by not accident. This person had
Oh
this idea,
yeah.
the
Yeah.
original Fallout, right? So this person had this idea. Like, I gotta find these names, and like we gotta start. I get better at that. But anyways, so the original person, so they had the idea for Fallout. They're like, oh, this would be a cool game. I really want to make this project. Well, they took the project to, the producer or the board or whoever his manager was, and they said, no, we can't afford to fund it. But I'll tell you this: if you can find people that are willing to do it on their free time, sure, go for it. So he ended up like staying late, and he'd buy pizza and say, hey, I'm working on this project. Who wants to, help me out? It was like 2 or 3 people said yes, I think. And then it was only them, and they had no funding, and they were just making the game on their free time. And they kept pushing and pushing, and then like they still couldn't get any funding for like 6 months into it. But then like finally, like about almost a year comes up, and then they're showing what they have, and now all of a sudden, like now it's getting funded. Now they have a team of like
Now
10 or
everybody
15
wants in.
people. Yeah, now everyone wants to. So like that's the thing is like, and that's cool. That was a risk, and that person worked really hard on their own time. Like they'd work until like 4 in the morning, or like 1 in the morning, 4 or 5, whatever. Go home, go to sleep, get back, go to, because they'd have to work their normal job making the normal games that the company wants, and then stay late to work on the other project. So
Yeah.
you know, uh, so I think that it's important to have that creative freedom. And I think for me, I think one of the main reasons why I want to get on the studio, because I don't think that in order for us to have a successful company making games, I feel like I need a little bit. I want a little bit of experience in that. You know what I mean? To like
Hmm.
to see how it is, to see what it's actually like, to see how they do stuff. I would just ask in my your contract. That's the thing. Sometimes you gotta look at the contract, but anything that you create while you're there falls under their umbrella. So, as long as I could be like, okay, well, if I do anything on my own time, okay, right? Yeah, as long as they're like, oh yeah, do whatever you want, then yeah, I would totally like, work. for a studio just to be like, oh my god, I'm at a studio. Okay, this is how a studio. Oh, they actually make games. Like I just thought I would just do. Okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
It's just so I want that experience. But other than that, I think if we could turn this into a viable, like I said, I would love a big team just because I could feel like we could accomplish more in the sense of exploring our creativity and like trying out new things to have the world to see. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. Also, if anybody is even considering like, coming up to us and saying, "Oh, hey, I'm a 2D artist or 3D artist. I'll, help you out." We would definitely give you some of the revenue that we make from the game and whatever
that's something
you work
we could
on.
talk about offline. But yeah, I mean, we're looking to create something. Like we've talked community. It's not like we don't have anything yet, but that's why we're making these games. We're trying to get these games out there so that these games could help bring in money so that we can hire someone.
Yeah.
Because just think of our great ideas, guys, with better art.
Better everything.
Mm-hmm.
Even better ideas. No.
Yeah, it could be like Beast Wars when it came back out in the 90s, and everyone was like, "What is this? This is the coolest cartoon ever! Amazing graphics." But yeah, so it's not it's definitely a difficult road, and like Cody said, I mean, he's working his butt off just trying to still do contract work to make money and pay his bills and all that stuff. I'm doing a normal job and trying to do this in my own time, and it's like even me that like, I mean, in my opinion, I feel like it's you, Cody, because like you do it all day long, and that's like, okay, cool, you're done with that, but now we still got to work on our project. It's like, like at least me, I have a completely different kind of job. So I come home and I'm like, ooh, cool, I got to do art, but then I sometimes you're just exhausted, and I turn it on the computer. I'm like, oh man, all right. But like that's when I took Cody's advice. I'm like, you just got to do something. You got to get through that wall. So I was like, okay, well, I need to texture these things, so I put them in the engine. So let me just start doing that. At least that's something.
Yeah.
But then you're like, I'm doing it. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I need them all that thing. I'm here. Got my music going, whatever.
I mean, it definitely is tough, but you gotta do it until you make it.
That's right. That's the whole point of having dreams.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. Just do it.
Famous quote. That video, honestly, like as much as people make fun of that video, it's so inspiring. Like,
it really is.
That's the funniest thing about that. I was like, that's so funny. Wow, that guy really hit me in that. That's really powerful stuff. But yeah, it's funny.
Because it makes sense and it's simple. It's like, just do it. Oh, the thing Nike's been trying to tell us.
Right. I know, right?
We just need a Shia LaBeouf to go crazy.
Yeah, and then all makes sense. I know, but and that's the thing. It's like it's so crazy how simple it is to just do. I mean, that's anything in life. It's like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of that, and it's like, you just got to make the change, man. You just got to do it, and you're like, crap. I know. So
don't be a talker.
Yeah, and like, I mean, like I said, that's why we're doing these. At least this is for me. Like, I'm so excited that we have so many people viewing. Like, as it is, that we have like 60 something people.
I'm excited that we have people on our Discord that are talking with each other, helping each other out. I love it.
Yeah, I try to get in there. I have no idea what the heck I'm about. What? But like, to me, I'm just so excited that we're getting so many things going on, all this feedback, and like all these people are starting to join this community already. So it's like, I'm like, okay, I gotta keep going. I'm like, okay, I might only do 5 of these things tonight. Believe it or not, because I'm not good. Like, I'm not really that great in Blender yet. This took me just these 3 right here probably took me an hour. I did those yesterday. No, The day before that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how to like not select every single face. like I have to like I want to color that one. Oh crap! I got to select every single one. Anyways, so yeah, writing it down, staying focused on what you want, and going for it. You know, and like and it might be baby steps to get there, but as long as you're progressing, and I feel like as long as you're doing something to get there, you know, and like that's what they say, you know, we all make time for what's important to us, right? Like I pick up my phone and play a video game on my phone, or I respond to Facebook stuff or whatever it is. So whatever is out there that like is the thing that you find yourself like getting distracted by. If you make time for that, you can make time for the thing that you're trying to. And I only say that because like coming from me that doesn't want to. I didn't want to get off my couch tonight. Like I said, I had a steak with a baked potato. Like I was like, man, I'm so comfortable. I've had a long week, tired. So I gotta go do this podcast. I gotta go do it. I was like, all right, I'm getting up. All right, got it. And then now it's like, you know, so it's just it's like it's hard to find. It's hard to do it. It's hard. It's that's why they say it's like it's hard to talk. You know about it. That's why it's easy to talk about it, but it's hard to actually just do it. You know, It's not easy, man.
You could talk about it all day, but unless you start doing it, it's never gonna happen.
I would rather do 10 videos than finish texturing these.
Hey, I mean that would still be progress technically for us, because our whole goal right now is trying to get us out there and get eyes on our stuff and get people joining the Discord and stuff like that.
Yeah, so, I mean, still make me mad though, because I feel like that's all I did.
It's all I did.
Good, but it's great, but I'm like, I gotta do more. It's just how
By the way, if you don't want to get distracted by a phone game, then don't go and download a game on the phone called Archero.
Are you trying to plug your stuff again?
No, this isn't I wish it was ours, dude. This game is so well done.
What game is it?
Archero. It's a mix.
It's on your phone?
Yeah. So good.
Look it up right now. Let's see how good this thing is.
An armor scroll? I've never found any of those.
Arch. I don't even know how to spell it. Arch.
Archero.
Oh, like, okay, yeah, it came up first thing.
God, so good.
Are you playing it right now?
Yeah. When you talked about a phone game, I was like, oh yeah, that game.
Oh, there's one bad rating though. Not a fair lottery. I don't think the lottery for obtaining gem is a fair lottery. Although there are 3 slots for gold and 3 slots for gems, but you will. Interesting.
Who cares?
Green projects.
But yeah, it's so fun to play. There's no ads. The only ads are like optional. Like, you know, if you want extra gems or something like that.
It's free?
Yep.
And there's a million people. They'll be ads soon.
Huh?
They'll be ads soon.
Right? Once they realize that their game's a total hit.
That's how it works, man. No, you know, and that's also part of what you got to talk about. And that's a big decision, like your company, like do we charge for
ads?
It,
ads affect the gameplay totally, because you got to figure out when, because they pretty much stop the game experience. Like a player can be totally immersed. They stop the immersion. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess, yeah. I always hate it too when like it's a forced thing. Like you're like, oh man, that's just stupid. You're like, come on, I want to click off this or whatever. That it's just crazy to me how many things are doing ads. Like even Facebook. Like you watch like just a little like a video on there, and it's like ads for 30 seconds.
I hate that. Like Facebook videos where they're like, oh, watch this funny, cute dog do this thing, and then like 10 seconds in, there's an ad.
Right.
I just leave.
Well, that's the thing is like that's why Cody and I said, okay, look, we're just gonna sell our stuff, $4.99, $5 basically. Like, I mean, maybe later on, eventually. I mean, I'm hoping our product gets a little better and we sell it for a little bit more.
I'd rather focus on the game and the experience itself and just give that to people for a price than put ads in our games.
Exactly.
And cater the gameplay experience around ads.
Like, here's the whole thing. Play the game, have fun with it. Don't worry about anything else.
And the thing is, if we go to make a mobile game, that's going to be freaking hard to do. Because all mobile is right now is free to play. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. But that's why it's all about the big picture and what you want, and that's why you write down what you want, what your goals are, and what you're passionate about, and just go for it. Like, I mean,
go for it, experiment, see what works, see what doesn't.
And that's what we're here for. Like I said, I'm trying to get better. I'm the worst communicator. Oh my gosh, I don't even know
No, you're not that
how.
bad.
Dude, how many times do I ignore your time? The other day you called. Oh yeah, she actually answered. I'm horrible.
Well, I called and it was like at that time where it was about to hang up or go to voicemail or whatever. And you answered like right at that time, and I was like, "Oh wow."
Yeah, that's right. You never know. April Fools.
Eh.
But that's the thing is like, that's how bad I am. Like I'm the person that's like, so I'll post something on Facebook. I'm like, whatever. I just don't respond. I don't know. I'm so bad at it. Like I don't talk to family. I'm horrible.
Well, that's kind of like me too, because I'm so focused on working and staying alive.
I'm not. I just don't want to talk. But yeah, here I am. I'm like, okay, let's do this. So I've tried. I think I got on this week once. I went onto our Discord and was like, hey, what's up? Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to start seeing. I'm gonna try to start adding something actually helpful to the conversation. That's my next goal. They're like, what's up? What? I don't even know what you're talking about.
What are you talking about? Okay, I'm out.
That sounds complicated. I'm glad Cody's in here. So, but I am trying to get better because I really appreciate the people. I mean, you're not here for us, you're here for the community. I mean, probably maybe Cody. Cody's got great ideas, but got good insight, I should say. But
I think, like we've mentioned this in every video, but I think our whole focus right now is, we want to make games, we want to make, stuff that people enjoy and, people buy. But I think the first step to like any company or business is to gather a following in a community.
Exactly.
And we're not just saying that so like, oh, we got a community, they can buy our stuff now. It's like something where we want everybody to be engaged and talking to each other and, helping each other out and everything. Like, one of our community members, Brave Warrior, he's been helping me, work on this template for Unity that I just released a couple days ago. And today he uploaded it to his channel to, to help us out and support us. And it got a sell from his channel.
That's awesome.
So
thanks, Brave Warrior.
Yeah, shout out to him. I'll post his YouTube channel down below.
Whoa, how many followers does he have?
I don't know. He has quite a bit.
We can't post his stuff till we have more followers.
Why not?
I don't know.
Once we have more followers and people watch this, they'll be like, "Oh, Brave Warrior sounds like a cool guy." Let me go to his YouTube.
I'm just kidding, but yeah, that is what I mean. Because I'm old school too, like I grew up, in that I don't know 80s, I guess, whatever. But I like I remember talking about games and like I looked so forward to going to school and like just talking about whatever news out, whatever exciting is like, oh my gosh, and like just, oh, did you see that, or did you hear you could do this trick on this game, and like just seeing all that, like, oh, did you know there's, like always the person that knew that was like person all of a sudden for like a week until somebody else figured something out.
Did you know that like, in the Pokemon games on the Game Boy, if you hit B down at the right time, it gives you a better chance to catch the Pokemon?
Yeah, and you were like, what? And then you try it, and you're like, oh, God, cool, like, or girl, whoever tells you, but like that's what this is all about. Like you said, like it's not like, oh, cool, we'll start a community and then buy our stuff. That's not, it didn't even cross my mind, honestly. It's mostly just I wanted to start something where I had a responsibility and obligation to like, okay, I have to get this work done, and I want to share with people our struggles because they're real. Like other people, I'm sure, are having difficulty. Yeah, so it's like I want to help people out and do something, and like we've talked about before on the channel, like how we see so many YouTube videos and people like, oh, today we're gonna talk about blah blah, and then they just do it, or they don't talk about that specific thing. Like that's why we're here. Is like we want to be more of a helping community of like, okay, oh, so you want to do that? Oh, I know how to do that. So you want to do blah blah. Because I hate it. Like you're like, but how do you do this one thing? Or you have to watch like 45 minutes of something. Like okay, and then all you do is click this and you're done. You're like, what?
What are you talking about? It didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work. You're like, oh, and then like there's a big flash on the screen. This will not work in the new version of YouTube. You're like, what?
I love those. Those are funny.
Like how? Why? So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know.
I was gonna say something, but I forgot because I'm playing this game on level 44 right now.
Wow, that is so. I don't even. I'm so sorry.
Fine, I'll push pause.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a pause button.
Oh yeah, that's the cool thing. You could pause it and then like exit it out of your phone and all that stuff, and then when you come back, it's like, do you want to resume where you were? Yeah.
Sure, of course. And Cody's just playing it.
It's a fun game. Really fun.
We're happy to be here for our fans, Cody.
But yeah, definitely
check that game out. I mean,
definitely join the Discord if you haven't already. We got some really cool and helpful people in there. All of them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not in there that often, but those other people are super helpful. No, we do see it and we do track it, and not track it, but we do try to talk and see what's going on. And like you said, there's tons of helpful people, so that's what it's all about, man.
Yep. I do want to start making like maybe tutorial videos. I just don't know what to do it on.
Sure, for like what? For like Unity and stuff? Well, that's pretty much what this is.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? That's what we're doing now, man.
Yeah, we're in Unity right now.
I'm in Blender. I don't know if you're still sharing my screen, but I've been texturing these parts when I was there.
Maybe I'll just make videos of like if I encounter a problem that took me a while to figure out, I'll post it and tell them like how I figured it out in the end and all that stuff.
Well, that's also why I want us to start doing live videos, because we can get, when you guys are giving like when we're doing it live, you can ask a question, and if we can't get to that question, that gives us like a whole new thing to talk about the next week. Like, okay, we'll spend the first half or whatever going over questions, and Cody, you can get like a better game plan or just do a tutorial, and then we could play the tutorial for people to watch, and you could talk about it live. Be like, okay, so this is what's going on. So if someone's like, oh wait, but mine didn't work for this thing. Okay, well, so yeah, that happens to me too. You know what I mean? So it could be more interactive, like almost like a class.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm here. I have great ideas.
It's really good idea.
Not for my art. But yeah, so we could do something like that, and then that way we can be more interactive and help people out. Because that's what, like I said, that's what it's about. We want you to be in college and be like, man, I gotta make this stupid game. Hey, Lazy Goblins will help me basically make that entire game. Go to their channel. Or that one thing that you're trying to make in your game, you're like, I just can't get the stupid grappling hook to work. And then Cody has just worked on one and he can help you out.
Yeah, totally.
That's what it's all about. You better have that thing ready by next week.
I'll try to by Wednesday.
You won't try. There's no try, there's only do.
No, there's trying.
It's not what Yoda says.
Well, I don't care.
Does it say that? That's a good point. So yeah. So I think that pretty much concludes it for this week. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did we hit a good topic? Like I feel like we kind of were scattered a little bit.
Same
We're just having fun. We're just talking, man. We're just going for it.
We should title this Scattershot.
No, we should call it. I don't know. No. What just happened?
How about this? Scatter shot topic. Shot pick. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, see, and this is why it'd be great if these were live. We could ask the fans, what do you guys think we should call these?
Yeah, so what do you guys think we should call this? Get back to us in the next video and we'll call that video that one.
There you go. Perfect. And yes, we will label them your name. If we like the name. It's gotta be cool though, like, you know.
It's gotta be cool, man.
It's gotta be a cool name.
But yeah, like and
No,
subscribe. Join the Discord. It's in the description below.
yes.
But
yes.
I think
Do
that's
we
about
have?
it.
We have Twitter.
We do have Twitter.
Also,
I haven't been putting that in there.
Okay. Well, we're starting now.
Mainly because I just want people to focus on joining the Discord.
Yeah. Discord.
Yeah.
Then don't put it in there. Discord.
Yeah.
We'll create a separate. Yeah, let's create it. Okay. Oh, that's another thing we gotta do this week. Okay, so I'll do that. Do I have administrative access to our Discord yet?
I think so.
Okay.
Right,
I'll make a Discord thing to put this week's topic. So we'll always have a good topic. I know I want to get that in there. And we'll also have, if you're interested in joining Lazy Goblins little area, because some people might not want to just blast it out there like, hey, I'd join, you know.
Yeah.
So
it's true.
More little quiet section, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Basically, if you're interested in joining, contact Johnny because he won't get back to you.
I will totally get back to you.
That's how people know if we're actually like, looking for people. If we refer them to contact me or you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna need an art test. Yep, looks good to me. But it's a coloring book. I love it.
It's great.
You stay inside the lines really well.
Ooh,
so you
this
can do
one
this on
you
all
went a
2D
little out.
Yeah. Why did you decide to paint the dress green? Just want to know what you were thinking.
Well, green's my favorite color. It's not mine. Get out of here.
Oh my god, mine too. Oh my god, that's actually okay. You're right. So, but yeah, well, I'll set that up. What's tomorrow? I can't do it tomorrow. Yeah, I'll just do it
Monday.
Now. Okay.
Or now. Yeah, do it now.
No, because I got to think of a topic.
Do it on the screen right now, live.
Let me do it right now. Live, right here. In a world of live television on YouTube that's pre-recorded, we're going to show you Lazy Goblins hard at work, not really doing anything. What should be okay? How about
Lazy Goblins hard at work or hardly working?
Yeah. Could his gut get any bigger? Working on it, guys.
We should call this this episode hard at work or hardly working.
That's right. Please subscribe. Okay, let's think. Okay, what's a good topic? It's a good game topic to have on here.
A good what?
A good game topic, because I'm going to create the topic right now. I'm almost done with this little round. Okay, I don't know if you're still sharing my screen or not.
I am. Topic for what though?
The Discord. I told you I want to start like a game topic. The topic of the week.
Oh, like next week's topic?
No, but like right now, I'm going to do it right now. Live.
Yeah.
Pre-recorded.
But like.
So it'll be for this whole week. So
we have to start to talk about.
That's the thing. We got to start it Friday nights, so it goes all the way to next Friday, so we can talk about the people commented.
Yeah.
So what should we say? What should we talk about?
I don't know. What should we talk about next week? Usually we do this like before we start.
And all right, total college students. No, I just want a cool topic. I meant like not that we're gonna discuss, but something that's just relative to game industry or game stuff. I'm trying to think. Okay. I'm trying to think.
Oh.
There's quite a few things. Ooh, okay. I got a new topic. Let me go. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna forget if I don't do this now. New. Look at all my sweet colors.
I know. I saw that mouth.
Right. Yeah. Look at all the cards are done.
Nice.
I did stuff. Delete. Okay. I put it in the tavern, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna walk me through how do I add
Go
something?
to Lazy Tavern, right up. Yeah. Go to, you can create a channel or a category.
Leave. Oh, sorry. What do you want to do? Create
a channel or a category. Whichever one.
What's a category?
A category, like, see how Game
So-
Engines is? You
Yeah,
could put channels under it. Wait.
Weekly. Nope, that's not what I want. Okay, cancel. I don't want a category. I want this channel. No, you put other stuff. Should we do text? Only text, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Week. Oh, that's not capitalized. Week. Does it not capitalize?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Weekly. Is that how you spell weekly?
Yeah.
Did I do that? Weekly. Nope. Topic. Create channel. Okay. There you go.
Now go into it.
Where is it?
It's up at the top.
New unread. Channel.
Go.
Brave Warrior, there he is.
Yep, there's Brave Warrior.
There.
Go to weekly topic.
where?
Go down.
There it is.
Yeah. And then do at.
Ah.
Yeah. You type at.
Wait, how come it doesn't look like game design? Like I want like this.
That's a category.
Oh, so I need a category. So
And then you put different channels in there.
Okay, so I need to create clone. Wait, how do I do it? Okay, so I need a category. So I want this. That's what I want. Weekly topic. Okay. Topic. Okay, so create that. So I can delete this then? Let's just delete chat. Yeah, okay. There we go. Weekly topic. So I'm
And
going
then
to
hit
put
the plus.
plus.
We're gonna add the
Topic.
channel in there. What's the topic?
Week. What week are we in? Just put the date.
Topic
Yeah,
for week 3? I don't know.
5. Let's put the date. How long do they last? Till. What's next Friday? 7 days from now. Can't do the math in my head. The 7th. 6, 7. That's too much. Yeah, I don't need to do that. So I'll say.
Why don't you just do the topic?
Just do the topic.
Just have different channels for each topic.
Okay. Thoughts.
Thoughts and prayers.
PlayStation not being at E3.
That's super long.
That's super long. Here I'll just do it. PlayStation not being at E3.
There you go.
Thoughts?
No, you don't have to put that.
Just like that then? Like that?
Yeah.
There we go. Perfect. Create. No one's going to talk about it. I'll put the first thing here.
Put at.
What?
No, type at.
At
Everyone.
everyone.
And then type whatever message you want everybody to see. This is like drawing this kind of tags everyone and draws their attention to the channel.
Not like they have anything good to show.
I haven't even been following on what's going on with E3. When is it?
Soon. You gotta stay current, man.
Not really.
Yeah, look at
Hey, I just got a notification.
that. When is E3? When is Mother's Day? Oops, that passed. E3 2019. June 11th through the 13th.
June 11th.
So next month. So yeah. Yeah, so we'll start doing the topic now. So that way we just have people that wait. Cool.
Cool. Let's see if people join.
All right, guys. Someone better join. You better say something, Cody.
Maybe. I gotta think about it first. I gotta generate my thoughts.
I got games to make. I don't have time for this nonsense. This
E3?
shenanigans.
E3? When's that? I thought it already happened.
What's E3?
Alright, guys. Until next video, we will see you later. Have fun. Keep creating. Never stop.
Keep on creating. Keep on dreaming.
Oh, okay. I was trying to go with the song, but that's fine.
Oh, yeah. Whoa!
Alright, everybody. Bye.
Alright, everybody. Bye.